This to BX Ball. What's up, YouTube? Coming at y'all with a 2011 current state for the New York Yankees. Now, to start with the preseason, the Yankees didn't do any damage. They got Bartolo Colon, which was decent. Mark Prior's in the farm system. Ivan Nova was spectacular during the spring training. They got Eric Chavez. They got Rafael Soriano, a new setup man for Mariano over there. Pedro Feliciano. And they really didn't do that much on the free agency market. They tried Cliff Lee, went to Philly. Tried Zach Greinke, went to Milwaukee. And speaking of Milwaukee, they're about to play the Yankees soon. I think maybe like next week or 2 weeks from now. But that's besides the point. So now I'm going to talk about the regular season. So the regular season right now for the Yankees are second place currently in the American League East. And they've been struggling pretty much. They've got on some streaks, and then they've just been struggling. In the beginning of the season, they faced the Tigers, and they opened that 3-game series at New York, and that was a pretty good series. Miguel Cabrera still kind of killed the Yankees with his home run hitting prowess. But pretty much the Yankees had that series in hand. But after that series, they were doing well, and then they ran into some team, and they started to get into trouble. And it's kind of really frustrating to be a Yankee fan right now, because they just lost another series to Boston. The first series, they lost as well. They lost the first game in Boston, and they lost the last game in Boston. They won the middle game. Maybe like a few weeks back, the Red Sox came into the Bronx, and they swept the Yankees in the Bronx. And they swept them last night in the Bronx. So that's with the regular season. Now I'm going to be talking about the problems, or the pros and the cons for this regular season. Now, sorry, there was a bus passing by. But one of the pros for this season is the bullpen. A pro and a con, the bullpen. So for the pro side, the bullpen sometimes can be great. Jabba Chamberlain, when he was pitching, because he's now injured with a torn ligament in his right arm, his throwing arm, he pitched great. Boone Logan's kind of iffy. I would put him in the cons. David Robertson comes out of the bullpen and pitches well. Mo's being Mo. Rafael Soriano had maybe like 2 iffy starts, and he picked up the pace, and now he's injured also. And that's pretty much the pros for the bullpen. Now the cons for the bullpen: Pedro Feliciano's on the DL, Jabba's on the DL, Rafael Soriano's on the DL, Dasmaso Marte's on the DL. I know a lot of Yankee fans remember Dasmaso Marte from 2009. George already gave him the ball, asked him to strike out Ryan Howard. He got him out, took him out, did his job. And pretty much the Yankees bullpen is a lot different than last year. We have a better setup man now. That's a pro. And the rotation in the bullpen was supposed to be Feliciano in the 6th, Jabba in the 7th, Soriano in the 8th, Mariano in the 9th. That was supposed to be the bullpen lineup, but it's not going as planned. And that is a problem. So another pro is the rotation, the acquisitions. Ivan Nova's pitching well. Bartolo Colon's pitching well. CeCe's pitching well. And A.J. Burnett is having a great season right now. A con for the Yankees rotation: sometimes they don't give length, and sometimes they get knocked around a lot. Pause. And like last night, CeCe went into the 7th inning, and he got knocked around in the 7th. No, he got knocked around in the 7th inning. They scored 7 runs. He left the game when it was 5-2. 2 runs were charged to CeCe Sabathia because of a relief appearance from, I think, David Robertson or Noesi, or one of the relievers. I don't really remember. But that's besides the point as well. Another pro is the hitting of Curtis Granderson from August, and some other key bats, and Russell Martin. Curtis Granderson, since August of last year, has had great at bats against certain pitchers, including left-handed pitchers. He's been doing well against left-handed pitchers. Baseball fans know that Curtis Granderson in the past struggled against left-handed pitchers because he's a left-handed batter. And pretty much he's swinging the bat well. He's second in the league, tied for second in the league with his teammate Mark Teixeira for home runs in the AL. Jose Bautista has like 20-something home runs. Jose Bautista still doing it big in Toronto. And the cons, no. And there's really no cons for those two bats because Russell Martin is putting in work, and he's putting in work on the defensive end and the offensive end. Now, the beginning of the season, I have a problem with the lineup. Derek Jeter was struggling. Brett Gardner was struggling. Nick Swisher is starting to get out of a slump. Alex Rodriguez went into injury, and he was struggling too. Mark Teixeira was on fire, and Mark Teixeira is still on fire. So pretty much the only con with the Yankees season right now is the injuries. The injuries is really hindering the Yankees, and that's another thing. Last year, a reason why the Yankees really didn't make it to the World Series again was because their bats weren't producing, and that's because I think they lost power from the trades and acquisitions of from post 09, and it was like they were just injured. They were beat up. They were battered. It was just a bad lineup and everything. Remember, Lance Berkman went down. He was hurt for a while. Mark Teixeira was hurt, and without those players, the Yankees really couldn't fare well against the Rangers. And right now, injuries is hindering them. I'm going to compare them to Boston of last year. Boston last year was decent until midway through the season when injuries hit them. Dustin Pedroia was out for the rest of the season. Kevin Youkilis was out for the rest of the season. When you lose two key players, you're most likely not going to do as well. And the Yankees are hindering because of certain injuries to the bullpen, and the starters are going to have to get length, and the bullpen is faltering. And pretty much, that's it. I really don't know what's going to happen for the Yankees in the future. I can't say they're going to get Cliff Lee. Can't say they're going to get Albert Pujols. Can't say they're going to get Josh Hamilton or something like that. But you have to look out for ESPN, Pro Sports Daily, MLB.com, and all these other websites. So pretty much this is the end of this current state video. Hopefully, I'm praying to God that I can hook up with my man's J Free and my man's C Free so we can get a video of discussion done. Maybe about insecurity, jealousy, and judgment, or maybe another topic. But maybe you should hit up J Free on Facebook, Joshua Freeman. Hit up me, Michael Johnson, on Facebook. C Free, I think it's Caleb Rose or something like that on Facebook. But we're trying to get these discussion videos done as well. And sorry to my YouTube channel because I really haven't been making videos that much. Sports blogs are to come. Hopefully, I can do a 2011 NBA Finals analysis with J Free and C Free, so we can analyze these 2011 Finals that's about to end. And Tequila and Dallas is up 3-2 in the Finals. Let's go Dallas. So pretty much this is the end of this video. So this is the BX Baller.